Again, welcome. My name is Jeremy Bellotti. I'm the lead transformation coach and entrepreneurial peak performance catalyst here with Lurn. So we welcome you, and we're looking forward to diving into the training today. I'm going to bring on a very, very special guest of ours, and he's going to be somebody that you're going to get to know very, very well. If you don't already, you've probably seen a ton of the stuff that he puts out there within Lurn. He's just an incredible genius when it comes to content, when it comes to being able to share a powerful, strong message online. And it's Andrew Lance. He is our content director here at Lurn. Andrew, can you hear us, my friend?
I can. It's great to be here, Jeremy.
Yeah, no, it's great to have you, man. I'm excited to have you dive into this training and really share with everybody on the powerful fundamentals of email marketing. And it really comes down to what you're going to learn tonight from Andrew here. So I want you to take out a notepad, take out whatever you need to really get this stuff and ingrain it within your mind, retain it so you can go apply it. All right? A couple other things we're going to do today is we also have our giveaway. So we'll have our $500 giveaway. Make sure that you stay to the end. You could have a chance to win $500 if you pay attention. Make sure you pay attention. Make sure you take this stuff down, because we will be doing some fun stuff later, and you have a chance to win $500. We also have an opportunity for you to hear directly from people that implement this, people within Lurn Nation, students, real students, right here with you. We have some special guests with you who are going to share their experience, their powerful breakthroughs, their transformation that's happening as an entrepreneur and elevating their standard and their growth and their ability to create something in this online world with a business, with email marketing. So exactly what you're going to be learning today. They're implementing it. And I wanted to bring them on to share with you, to give you the real deal, the real people within Lurn who are implementing this stuff and getting amazing results. So I want to bring on Andrew. We'll go ahead and start this training. We'll go ahead and dive into it. Again, if you're coming on, you're brand new, share with us where you're coming from. Hashtag Lurn Nation. We got a lot of fun things in this episode. So dive in, strap in. We're going to get going. All right, Andrew, come on board, man.
What's up? Hey, everybody. It's Andrew Lance, content director at Lurn. So happy to be here. Jeremy, can everybody see and hear me okay?
Yes, you're coming in loud and clear. I assume everybody can see you on your end.
Awesome.
Looks like good, man.
Awesome. Well, it's good to hear that. So, welcome everybody to Success Weekly. If you were on last week, then you can recognize me. I was the one who was telling you about the 5-step system last week. And what I wanted to do today was follow up on that, kind of give you part 2 of the 5-step system. What the 5-step system was all about last week is quickly starting an online business. Something you're going to hear from Jeremy and from the students later on is that it's so important to get started quickly. It's important to get your business up and running quickly. It's important to start generating traffic quickly. It's important to start generating revenue quickly, because even if you get a small success early on, that's really great, because then you have a win. It's something that you can see tangibly. You get that feeling of, oh my goodness, this stuff actually works. Everybody will tell you, Annika will tell you this, I'll tell you this, Jeremy will tell you this. The first dollar that you make is just unreal, right? It's the best feeling you're ever going to have starting a business. It's why a lot of business owners will hang a dollar bill on the wall at their office, right? It's like their first dollar they ever made, or the first check they ever cashed. We in Masters, which is our amazing community of students who come to Washington, D.C. a few times a year for these amazing workshops. There's a private group where we all talk. And it's really cool seeing all these testimonials of students who, are so excited about making their first dollar. Some of them will take a picture of their first check from ClickBank that comes in the mail, and there's a reason why that happens. It's because when you actually take action, you see a fruit from your labor, something tangible, right? Something, dollars in your bank account. It just changes everything for you. It's no longer theory anymore. And the thing is, when you start your business, you're not going to start a perfect business. It's going to be like your floor. It's going to be the least polished business and revenue generating machine that you'll ever put into place. But when you start actually doing something Now you have something to build off of. You're not just starting from scratch. It's not all just theory anymore. Even if you put something out there and it's not very good, that's okay, because the next step forward for you is going to be to build off of that, right? To see, okay, this is clearly not working. So what are some tweaks I need to make? Maybe I need to change my opt-in page. Maybe I need to, improve the quality of the offers that I'm offering on my autoresponder series. Maybe I need to write better emails, and we're going to talk about writing better emails today. But once you actually have something that you've built and that you're working off of, now you have the ability to actually do something, right? It's a lot easier to move forward when you have something than when you have nothing at all. And so that's why it's important to get going quickly. And what I shared with you last week is really the fastest way to get started with an online business. Look, I know a lot of you have come to these Success Weeklies and you've seen a lot of amazing business models. You've seen great e-commerce business models. You've seen digital publishing business models. You've seen coaching and consulting. You've seen, all kinds of things. Selling affiliate programs is, kind of our bread and butter. And all of them are great business models. And there's people making a ton of money doing all of those things. And not all of them are, most of them are not hard at all. Most of them are actually very straightforward to do. But the first step can seem a bit daunting. You might think you need to do all these things to get going. The nice thing about these 5 steps is, the nice thing about these 5 steps is that regardless of what kind of business you want to start, it doesn't matter if you want to start an e-commerce business or you want to start a digital publishing business. If you take these 5 steps and you start building your email list, you can easily grow into any of them. Okay, you can easily take your email list and move into digital publishing. You can easily take your email list and you can move into e-commerce. You can easily sell coaching consulting services. You can just stick with affiliate marketing, which is the easiest way to get started. Okay, there are all kinds of paths you can go down, but it all begins with building an email list. If you can build an email list, then you have so much potential. If you come to me and you say, Andrew, I have a 5,000 person email list, and and I want to know how to make more money. There are all kinds of things that I can tell you to do. There's a lot of different strategies that we can implement. But if you come to me and you say, hey, Andrew, I have like a list of 100 people, then it's like, well, there's not much we can do besides grow your list. Building an email list is the foundation for all successful online businesses. It's not the only way, but it is by far the easiest way. Okay, it is superior to building a Facebook fan page, I think. It is superior to building a large Twitter following. There are certain advantages to email in terms of being able to get all your messages in front of your potential customers, to the ease of actually building it, getting it larger, to the fact that, look, when you have like a Facebook fan page or something, it's great. Like, people are very successful with huge Facebook followings and huge Instagram followings and all of that. But you are also kind of at the mercy of Facebook and Instagram. I know somebody who has a very large Facebook fan page, and she'll come to me and complain sometime and be like, I was getting all my posts read by people, my fans, and then all of a sudden Facebook changed their algorithm, and now only a small percentage of my messages are actually ever seen by my fans. With email, it's not like that. I mean, there will be changes that Google and Yahoo make to their deliverability. That's the emails that actually land in your subscribers' inboxes. But those are usually very easy to get around. Okay, you usually just have to make a couple tweaks. With something like Facebook, though, they'll change their algorithm and you'll never be able to recover from that. Or you'll have to start paying the money to actually get your posts seen. It's not like that with email. Email just gives you a lot more control. Like I said, it's a lot easier to get started, and that's kind of the theme of this introduction here, is just the ease of getting started and how important it is to get something off the ground, starting to generate some income. And then, like I said, like building an email list, your possibilities are endless. We recommend getting started with email by promoting affiliate offers. We recommend that because it's easy. You go out, you find great offers that other people have created. They'll give you a percentage of each sale. You go out and promote those. You don't need to create your own products. You don't need to have an inventory. You don't need any of that. Okay, it's super easy. We recommend starting with that. And there are people out there who are very successful just doing that. Onyx generates an insane amount of money every year promoting affiliate products to this day. If you want to do something else, if you want to do e-commerce, you want to eventually grow into digital publishing, whatever, an email list gives you the right foundation to do that. It makes doing so much easier. You know, we're working with some clients right now who are getting into selling high-end coaching services. And guess what a great asset they have is? Their email lists. Tremendous assets. You know, and that's the case for just about every business online. So that is why we talk so much about email. And that's why I felt like it would be a really useful thing for all of you to just spend a couple of weeks talking about email, how to quickly get going, building your email list, get some subscribers, you know, get some traffic, get some leads, get some sales. Here's the fastest way to do that. Last week, I broke down the 5-step system. I'm going to briefly review that. And then I want to zero into actually writing great emails. Now, before I do that, I want to remind you of what Jeremy mentioned earlier. We have this free digital bootcamp that is now available, 100% free, no credit card required. And this is going to go much further than my presentation today is going to go. I think, you know, watch my presentation, take notes, learn what you can, and then get your hands on this digital bootcamp, because it's going to take you to the next level. It's going to really walk you through how to take these 5 steps we're talking about and just run wild with them, okay? So definitely get that after this presentation. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And I want to remind you of what these 5 steps are. So the first step that we mentioned last week is traffic. You know, you need to get people onto your website, right? These are people, by the way. I did not go to art school, but traffic is the #1 step. Okay, you've got to be able to get people into your store. You need to get people onto your website. You need to get them onto your opt-in page, because if you get them onto your opt-in page, then they'll actually become email subscribers. That leads us into step 2, which is your one-page website, right? Very simple. You got a headline, got maybe a sub-headline, maybe a few bullet points, and then you have a strong call to action where you ask them to give you their email address in exchange for a free gift. Okay, that's the initial transaction you're making. I'll give you this free gift in exchange for your email address. Now, we talk about having offers, right? This is actually stuff you're going to sell. We recommend starting with an affiliate offer. An affiliate offer is somebody else's offer. You know, they've created the product. It could be a digital product. It could be some kind of service. It could be a physical product. The idea, though, is they've created the product. They've gone through the work of developing it. They've gone through the work of putting up the marketing. And what you're doing is you are promoting it. And every sale that you make, you get a percentage of that sale. And that's the fastest way to monetize your list, is selling affiliate programs. So you're actually going to immediately present them with an affiliate offer. It's a big thing a lot of people don't do with email marketing. After somebody opts in, you have their attention. It's a good opportunity to put an offer in front of them. But of course, you're going to make most of your money via email, right? So this is step 3, you know, choosing your initial offer. But where the real money is going to come from, actually, is through your emails. And that's really steps 4 and 5 here. So there's 2 types of emails that we talk a lot about. There's autoresponder, and then there's broadcast. Autoresponder and broadcast emails. Okay. And, you know, they work. What does that one of those blowhorns look like? There we go. That is the worst blowhorn, I believe, that has ever been drawn, by the way. That's okay. I think you get the point. So we talk about 2 types of emails. We talk about broadcast emails and autoresponder emails. And if you remember from last week, if you haven't seen the presentation last week, then by all means, go back and check it out. But what we mean by that is an autoresponder email is sent out depending on how long it's been since somebody has opted into your list. So when somebody opts into your list, they might get an email right away. and that usually delivers their free gift. And then they might get an email on day 1. So one day after they opt in, this email is going to be sent out. Then they get another email on day 2 and another email on day 3. We recommend having a 10-day autoresponder set up. So after somebody joins, they automatically will get 10 emails right away, day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. And that's really an opportunity for you to introduce yourself, for them to get to know you, to begin building that relationship. Because that word, relationship, is really the key to all of this, all right? This is like the North Star that you should always have in mind as you are building your business. It's incredibly important. No matter how big you get, doesn't matter if you're making $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month, you must always keep your mind on this concept right here, relationship. What kind of relationship are you building with your list? This is your number one currency. Why do you guys and ladies, why do you come on to these Success Weeklies? Because you have a relationship with Anik. You have a certain level of trust with Anik. You view him as an authority in this particular niche. You like him, hopefully. You at least like the information he gives and the training that he provides. That's what makes this work. So what you're doing with these 5 steps is you are building a list of people who you can build a relationship with so that they begin to trust you. They view you as an authority in your niche. They view you as a source of value. Like all businesses, you are providing immense value to your subscribers. And what is that value? Well, it starts right away with this opt-in page. You're offering something for free in exchange for their email address. Well, make sure you're offering something that's good. Make sure that if you're offering a free report on your opt-in page, that it's high quality stuff. You're offering good value, right? It's a good report. It delivers content that's going to be useful for them. And that's a great way to get your relationship off the ground. Imagine that your subscriber, they join your list, they immediately get this gold mine of a free report. They go through and they're like, wow, this is really good stuff. All for free. If this is the free stuff, then what's the paid stuff like? That's what you want them to be thinking. So that gets the relationship going in a terrific way. With your autoresponder and broadcast email sequences, you are delivering both content and promotional emails to your list. And you're also doing something called a story email, which I'll talk about in a minute. But this is where you really build and cement that relationship. A good opt-in page with a good free gift that you deliver, that gets the relationship started on a good note. But as you all know, if you've ever become friends with somebody or you've ever dated somebody, you know that that relationship is built over time. It's not just the first date or the first time hanging out with somebody where you build a strong relationship. It's what happens afterwards, right? It's the subsequent times you spend time with them. It's the same way with an email list. Your opt-in page, you get off on the right foot with them, you start building that relationship in a positive direction. But it's with your autoresponder and your broadcast emails where you're really going to build that relationship in a very strong way. If you do it right, then all those benefits I talked about at the beginning about building a foundation for any kind of online business can be realized. If you don't do it right, then you're not going to realize your potential. And that is why I really want to focus in on these 2 things tonight. I want to focus on how to write great emails. How to write emails in such a way where you are building a solid relationship with your subscribers. So make sure you write this down, relationship. You put on a sticky note, you put it next to your computer. And the other thing that I want you to do is put this on a sticky note and put it next to your computer. Value. Relationship and value. Providing value is going to naturally strengthen that relationship thing, all right? But that is your North Star. And it's your North Star from the very beginning to well into your successful career and your successful business. Everything you do with your business, you need to have those two things in mind. Now let's talk about how to do this from a practical point of view. Now that you understand the abstract idea there, let's talk about how you're actually going to do it. And what you're going to do is you're going to do it via email. Like I said, it's all about the emails. Generally speaking, you're going to be sending 3 types of emails to your list: content, promotional, and number 3, story. Those are the 3 emails that you're going to be sending to your list: content, promotional, story. And here's the thing. These 2 are pretty self-explanatory, right? You can see what value you're delivering with both of them. With content emails, you're just delivering great content. You find an amazing article online that you think your list will find really valuable, send that to them. Send an email about it. You find a great video, send an email about it. You yourself write an amazing blog post, or you make a video, send a link about it. Maybe you create another free report that you want to give your list, send an email about it. That's what content is, right? Very self-explanatory. Good content delivers great value. Promotional emails also should be delivering value. One thing I noticed with a lot of new entrepreneurs is that they're a little, not crazy about selling. They think that selling is like this, some person with a funky tie knocking on your door trying to, sell you a lemon. That's not what we're doing here, though. What great salespeople do, what really separates great salespeople from mediocre, not so good ones, is that great salespeople are more like consultants. Great salespeople, they'll get to know you. They'll really try to understand where you're at right now, what your needs are, what challenges you have. And if what they are offering helps you overcome those challenges, make those desires a reality, then they will say, hey, here's the challenges you have. Here's what you want. Well, I have this thing that can help you do that. That's what great salespeople do. Now, you need to be selling a good product for that to be the case. Any salesperson will tell you that selling a good product is a lot easier than selling a bad product, because good products sell themselves, more or less. But they don't sell themselves, so keep that in mind. You can have the best offer in the world, but you will need to, in many cases, sell it. That's the value in selling. Okay, it's connecting people with what they want and the things that allow them to actually get what they want. So that's the value that you're providing with your promotional emails. You're saying, hey, there's this great thing out there. For many of you, it's going to help you get what you want. It's going to help you solve this problem. It's going to help you realize this dream of yours. And there's a lot of value in that. Now here's email number 3, and this one is one that I think a lot of you may not have heard of, you may not have really thought of consciously, and that's a story email. The thing about stories is that human beings have been telling stories forever. You can go to the caves, in southern France, where they have these societies that existed tens of thousands of years ago, these small tribes, and they have paintings on the wall, cave paintings. And on those cave paintings, they're telling stories. Stories are how human beings connect with one another. It's the oldest form of communication. And that's really wired in our DNA, I think. I think we are just wired to really respond well and want to communicate and be communicated to in the form of stories. And this right here is really where the best email marketers reveal themselves, because they will write emails that are basically stories. They're sharing their experience or the experience of someone they know or someone they've heard of, someone they read about, one of their students. And in the course of telling that story, they actually do both of these things. They actually deliver great content and they promote stuff. This right here, being able to write story-based emails, this is where an email marketer goes from being good to being great. If you want to set a goal for yourself in your own development as a writer of emails in the next 6 months, I think this is a good goal to set. Becoming great at writing stories. You know, we talk a lot about this in Copywriting Academy, actually, how to write great stories. And we do so because it just makes everything work better. If you can tell a story and you can write out a story, you can do it in an effective way, then you can create a connection with your list that you just cannot do in any other way. If you look at Onyx emails, there's a lot of storytelling going on. And that's part of what makes them a very effective email writer. So, you know, becoming good at writing story-based emails is something that can really take you to the next level. You know, that's why in a lot of cases, it's actually really good to be yourself online, right? I think that a lot of marketers, they think too much about doing things the right way. And there's a certain level of that you need to do. Okay, you can't just write like sloppy text that has a bunch of grammatical errors and spelling errors, makes no sense, right? You can't do that. But once you get to, you know, a base level of showing competence, right? The more personality you can bring to your emails, the better. And when you look at the great email marketers and you see the kinds of emails that they write, the more of that kind of stuff that you begin to see. You know, the more you study great email marketers, the more personality that you see them bring out. And the reason that's the case is because A, it's more fun writing emails that way. You know, you're going to get more joy out of your work if you can be yourself. But also B, it can be more effective. You know, when I was starting out a few years ago, really diving into copywriting. And copywriting is, you know, writing persuasively. It's the number one skill you can have in business. It's why we created a whole course called Copywriting Academy. And that's why you could argue that Copywriting Academy is our most valuable course that we've ever created, because it's such a useful skill to have, because it brings us back to that point we made earlier. It's all about relationship. Copywriting is all about building a relationship. But when I first started writing, you know, really trying to become good at this 4 years ago, I would write stuff and I realized that a lot of the stuff that I wrote because it's kind of how I was trained. You know, I come from an academic background. I was used to writing college essays. And it's important to have that skill in that environment. And there's a base level of competence that you need. But what people really want to read, what they really want to see on their inboxes, what they really want to see when they check out a blog, for example, what they want to see is a human being communicating with them. And that's why when you're trying to become better at writing emails, a lot of it is just being more human, right? Writing more casually, writing in a more engaging way, writing like you were sitting across from a friend of yours and you wanted this person to get excited about what you're about to share with them. A lot of things in business are complicated. This is not something that's that complicated. It's actually pretty simple, right? You want to write in a more human, a more exciting way. That's how you're going to get better responses to your emails. It's going to be how you're going to be more effective. So let's get specific now. Okay, now that you understand the general idea, you want to send these 3 types of emails. You want to be writing in a way that's very conversational, very human. What are some things you should focus on, right? What should your emails usually be like? And there's really 3 things you want to do with your emails. And this applies both to content emails and promotional emails and story emails. It applies to all 3 of them. Number 1, excitement. You want to create excitement. Very important. That begins with the subject line. People get all kinds of emails in their inbox every single day. You know this. You look at your inbox right now, there's probably like dozens of emails that you haven't even looked at yet. All right, it's overwhelming. And when you're going through so many emails, you're skimming, right? You're just kind of scrolling through. Unless something is super urgent from work or from your personal life, you're skimming. A subject line has to grab your attention, has to interrupt your pattern, has to interrupt your flow. You need to write a subject line so that somebody's looking through their email, they see the subject line and they stop. They're like, what's in that? And a big part of that is excitement. It's intrigue. And you need to do that beyond the subject line, even in the email itself. That's why I talk about writing in such a way where you're excited about something. The best way to do this, by the way, visualize a disinterested friend sitting across from you who's busy and has a lot of things on his or her mind, and try to get them excited about what you're saying. Like, if you were to talk to this person and wanted them to go do this thing, how would you communicate with that person? Number 2, edify and set expectations. So whether you are linking to a blog post so you want your list to check out, or to a video sales letter that's promoting an offer, you want to do these 2 things. You want to edify, you want to set expectations. Edify just basically means establishing the credibility of the individual, the brand, whatever, that produced that site. So if it's somebody's offer you're promoting, you want to establish your credibility as an expert in that area. Somebody who creates great products, cares about the students, gets great results, etc. That's what you want to mention in your email. And you also want to set expectations so that when the reader clicks on the link and goes to that page, they're in the right frame of mind for what they're about to see. All right, a lot of you have probably had the experience of seeing something pop up on Facebook. Maybe it's an ad or something, or you open something up in your email and you expect it to be one thing. You click on it, you go to the page, and guess what? It's nothing like you thought it would be. And you're like, what is this? Like, it's kind of jarring. It takes you out of the moment. It's a good idea to set expectations so that they are in the right frame of mind when they click on the link. That way, they're going to get the most out of it. They're going to be more likely to read what you send them. They're going to be more likely to watch the videos. They're going to be more likely to buy in the end. And number 3, you want to generate the click. And this is really all you are doing in almost every email you write. Okay? We have a lot of times we have a conversation with students about long versus short emails. Students ask, should my emails be long? Should they be short? Look, there are email marketers who are very successful with both. And there are some of you who are such good writers where long emails could actually serve you well. But most of you are not naturally amazing writers. And even if you're pretty good, you're actually better served with just short emails. And what are those short emails doing? Those short emails are doing these three things. They're creating excitement, they're edifying and setting expectations properly, then they're getting the click. They're having that strong call to action, click on this link. Usually you want to have the link at least twice in the email. And you also want the links generally to be hyperlinks, meaning instead of just having like http://www.blah-blah-blah.com, you have a piece of text that says, click here to get this report now, and then you have the link, you have that turn into a hyperlink, so they click on that text and they're taken to the page. Because that creates a really strong call to action. All right. But these are the three things you're doing with every email that you send. All right. Generally speaking, you're writing short emails, trying to get them to a site, a piece of content you found, something you're trying to sell them. Even if you're telling a story, a lot of times at the end, you want them to click on something and check something else, check something out. So these three things, write these three things down. Have these as a reference. When you're writing emails, make sure you're checking off all three of these things. So I'll give you a second to write that down. And then to finish this off, I want to talk about, the three types of offers that you'll find yourself promoting. Because it's very important when you are building an email marketing business that you're promoting a diverse amount of offers. And here's what I mean by that. All right. You've probably heard us talk about low ticket, mid ticket, and high ticket. There's also something called super ticket. These are basically different types of offers that you can categorize based primarily off of their price. Now, the specific numbers that you would attach to each of them will be different from niche to niche. In internet marketing, for example, a low ticket offer is going to be anything that's under $97. A mid-ticket offer is going to be, generally speaking, $97 to $497. High ticket is going to be, $497 to I'd say $1997, around $2,000. And then a super ticket is going to be more than over $2,000 basically. All right. This is internet marketing. Now, in other niches, these numbers are going to be either higher or lower. In real estate, for example, these numbers are going to be higher. A low ticket offer in real estate is like under $200. A low ticket offer in personal development is generally speaking going to be under $37. Different niches have different price points that work well. So I just gave you the numbers here for internet marketing. Okay, I'm going to write that here just so there's no confusion. Internet marketing, that's what these are, right? Internet marketing. And the way that these offers are sold is going to be different. So low ticket offers are generally sold with written sales letters. And you've probably seen these before. They're sales pages. There's a headline. There's a bunch of sub-headlines. They're surprisingly long in many cases. And they're really about taking the customer through a journey where you hook their attention, you really touch on the issues that the product is going to be solving, and then you establish the product and you talk about the benefits, and you have a very strong call to action. You add some bonuses. That's all done in the written form, and that works pretty well for low ticket offers. With mid ticket offers, you will typically see those promoted as a VSL. That's a video sales letter. If you go on to ClickBank and you look at some of the top offers in just about any niche, you will find a lot of video sales letters. And that's because a lot of offers on ClickBank are mid-ticket offers. Video sales letters work better than written sales letters for mid-ticket offers, because what people will typically do when they get on a sales page is they're not just going to start reading. They're going to scroll to the bottom. They're going to see what the price is, and then if they're open to that price, then they'll scroll back up, and then they'll maybe skim the sales letter. Well, if it's like a low ticket offer, that's okay, because a lot of people are open to spending $37. They're not going to immediately dismiss it because of that price point. But if you're talking about a couple $100s, all of a sudden people see that, they're immediately closed-minded to it, and then they walk away. What the video sales letter does is it controls that process, right? You're able to, they have no way to skip to the end to find out what the price is. So you have the opportunity to properly sell them. So that's why, generally speaking, mid-ticket offers are sold with VSLs. High-ticket offers are usually sold with webinars. Okay, webinars are really good for selling high-ticket offers because you have an opportunity to really establish a lot of credibility and build a relationship. Generally speaking, a sales webinar, they'll deliver content for 50 minutes and then they'll sell in the last 10 minutes. And that's a good way to sell a high ticket offer, because during those 50 minutes where you're delivering great content, you're delivering a lot of great content, so they're getting a lot of valuable stuff. They're liking you a lot for giving them that content. You're building a connection with them. You're also showing that you know what you're talking about and you can probably help them. And so at the end, when you begin talking about something that you're offering, a lot of times they'll at least be open to listening to what you have to say. And even if they don't buy, then they're happy that they at least got the amazing content. So webinars work really well for high ticket offers. Super ticket offers are usually some kind of combination of webinar and maybe a phone call or something. But until you get to a really high level as a email marketer, you're going to be primarily selling low ticket and mid ticket. Sometimes you'll sell high ticket. There's some niches where there's a lot of high ticket offers that you can immediately begin selling. More commonly, you're going to begin by selling primarily low ticket and mid ticket affiliate offers. Now, here's the thing about this. And I know some of you are hearing this and like, oh my gosh, I got to create a VSL and a written sales letter. No. With the 5 steps that I gave you, I told you to initially sell affiliate programs. Affiliate programs are other people's offers. And what that means is that they've already created this. They've already written their written sales letter and put it up. They've already produced their video sales letter and put it up. Your only role as an email marketer is to get people onto that website. Your only role as an email marketer is to do those 3 things I mentioned earlier: to create excitement, to edify and properly set expectations, and then to generate the click, to get them onto that page so that they're in the right frame of mind to read that written sales letter or watch that video sales letter or to register for that webinar, and therefore more likely to buy. That's all you got to do. That's it. Okay, a big mistake that I see a lot of people make with their emails, especially early on, is they try to do too much with them. They try to deliver a bunch of content in their emails. They try to sell stuff in their emails. Don't sell stuff in your emails. Email is a terrible place to sell stuff. Somebody has spent a ton of work creating this written sales letter, creating this VSL, creating this webinar, right? They spent a ton of work on that for the purpose of taking somebody through a sales process. Let them do the heavy lifting. Your role is just those 3 things: excitement, edify expectations, and generating the click. If you do that, then you allow the sales stuff to actually make the sales. So that's an important thing. Don't try to sell in the email itself. So to close things out, what I want to do is I want to leave you with a couple of really important takeaways. Let me get my webcam up again. There we go. All right, so to close things out, I want to give you a couple important takeaways. First of all, we go through this in incredible detail in the free digital bootcamp that is now available. Jeremy gave you the link earlier. I believe it's learnworkshop.com/digital bootcamp. It's a free program, and it really expands on the things that I've been talking about during this presentation and my presentation last week. So check that out if you want if you immediately want some more training on that. The second big thing that I really want to emphasize is that this is something that you're going to get better and better at over time. You know, I've given you what I would think of as your North Star, the things that you should always be keeping in mind at every step in your development. You know, things like it's important to build a relationship with your list. It's important to, be in touch with the idea of offering value at all times. With all of your emails, story emails, promotional emails, content emails, you are always offering value. And then the third thing is just this idea of what your emails are actually trying to do. All of your emails are trying to do the three things that I've been talking about over and over again in the last 40 minutes, right? It's about creating that excitement, edifying and setting expectations, and generating the click. That's what you're trying to do. It's important to keep that in mind. Don't try to do more than that with your emails. But just know that, right now this might not come naturally to you, and that's fine, because it took me years to get really good at this. I got pretty good at it pretty quick, but in order to go from good to great, it takes a bit of time, and that is fine. Let me give you a couple ways that you can really, make that happen as quickly and efficiently as possible. Number one, find great email marketers. You already are subscribed to one, Anik. Anik is one of the best in the world at email marketing. Study his emails. Go find others. Go find others not just in internet marketing, but in other niches. The niche that you're interested in building your business in. Even niches that you're not building your business in. There's going to be great internet marketers, great email writers to just be exposed to. What I do is I created a separate Gmail account that I use for all my subscriptions to these other newsletters. So my main account isn't bombarded by all these emails. I recommend doing the same thing. Go create a Gmail account and then just go subscribe to a bunch of email marketers and spend some time, ideally every day. But if you have to, at least a few times a week, it's important to get that immersion. It's like learning a new language. You need some exposure and immersion in it. But do that multiple times a week. Go into that email account, read some emails. If you want to go to the next level, as you're reading those emails, take a pen and paper and write them out. Okay, that act of writing them out begins to get some of that stuff into your subconscious mind. Here's what's going to happen if you do this consistently. Your own emails are going to get better and better. They're also going to become a lot more natural. You're going to begin bringing out your own unique voice and your own unique personality more and more into your emails. And that's when you're going to get really great. Because like I mentioned earlier, it's all about that relationship. People like making relationships with other human beings. So the more human being like you are, aka more like yourself, the better they're going to perform, the stronger that relationship is going to be. And then the final thing is, immerse yourself, right? Make sure that you're making this a consistent practice. It could involve, investing in courses, investing in communities, whatever it takes. Just make sure that you are constantly engaged with this stuff. And then things are going to kind of take care of themselves. You're just going to naturally get better and better. You're going to get more and more out of your emails. And, you're going to be far more likely to be a success story. So that's what I have to say today. Jeremy's going to come back on. You're also going to hear from some students who have taken some steps on this journey and can give you an idea of what it's like. And, they can speak to this process a little bit more. I think it's really cool. I think it's important also to expose yourself as much as possible to other people who are walking this journey, because the life of an entrepreneur can sometimes be a bit of a lonely one. as you probably know already. And it's good to see and interact with other people who are walking the same journey as you. So with that in mind, Jeremy, are you still on?
We're still on, yeah.
Fantastic.
Such a powerful time. Bottom line is, you're right, especially with an online business. Being able to have people that serve and support this vision you have of becoming successful as an entrepreneur. More importantly, a community of people that hold you accountable and really protect this dream of being able to be successful as an entrepreneur, being able to make progress, being able to break through. It's not easy, and especially having an online business, because it's pretty lonely. You're at home, you're maybe doing it on your spare time, and there's really not that deeper level of connection, and it can be tough. And so within Lurn, what we really look to do as a transformational home for entrepreneurs is creating that level of environment to where not only do you have the best tools and coaching and resources in the world, but you also have the best community and best mentorship in the world, where you have something real, something tangible to really grow with. And what we wanted to bring on and share with you guys, and before we do that, I just want you guys to share some love for Andrew here, bringing some amazing stuff to you. Talk about incredible content and incredible value. He really is, really displays exactly what he's teaching you, which is bringing something that's going to add value, that's going to allow you to progress. Same thing that you want to do when writing your emails, and that's the thing that you want to bring to it, that thought, that mindset of how can I serve the people that I'm trying to share this with. And how can you come from a place of how is this going to add value to this person? So let's give some love to Andrew. Go ahead and type in Andrew with exclamation points in the comments below. Go ahead and type in Andrew. Share him some love.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. So is really open you up to the reality of what's behind this, of what's behind Lurn as an entrepreneurial, transformational home for entrepreneurs here. And that's why we want to bring on real people. We want to bring on the students who go through this, who really experience the transformation. And so we have a few of them on. And again, before we dive into that, there is some opportunities that we have. Bottom line is, Lurn can support you in any way, right? We have a lot of ways to be able to serve your entrepreneurial journey, your progress, your ability to grow. One way is this right here. Be here every single Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, for Success Weekly. We will walk you through some amazing ways to grow your business, to grow you as an entrepreneur. There's a lot of opportunity. This is completely free. This is us sharing our gift with you and you being able to go out and apply it and do what you want with it. There are deeper ways that we can serve you as well. Obviously, Andrew mentioned things like Copywriting Academy, Inbox Blueprint. There's trainings, there's ways for us to be able to serve you and mentor you in a deeper way. If you want something that is absolutely free, then you can go to learnworkshop.com/digital-bootcamp, and there's those options there as well. Again, that's completely free. That is, again, our gift to you being a part of Lurn Nation, you being here and committed as an entrepreneur. That's what we love to see. That's what we're passionate about. And if that's you, you have a free resource there where Anik is going to walk you through some incredible stuff on really creating the 2 core pillars successfully. And it's a great, amazing training. You're going to get a lot out of it. I would highly recommend, no matter where you're at in your entrepreneurial journey, go get your hands on that. Go get that right now. The other thing that we have is deeper level mentorships, ways that we can create this transformation and really take things to another level across the board. I mean, just think, what would it mean for you to be able to implement everything that we've talked about today? The system of being able to get people on your email list, of being able to connect and communicate with them the right way, of being able to build an autoresponder that consistently engages them and provides value and delivers products and services that actually are going to find solutions for those people, and growing that list on a continuous basis. What would it mean for you? Completely built. And be able to have a deeper mentorship, have the ability to have all of that up and running, have it be real, have it be tangible, so you can focus on what's really important, which is growing the business, having something that you can grow with, that you can progress with. Then Lurn, called Lurn Masters. It's a Lurn Masters workshop. It is a 5-day transformational process where we get your business up and running in 5 days. We have students coming in here. You're going to hear from many of them right now. So don't take it from me. Don't take it from Andrew, Anik. Take it from the real people that go through this. You're going to get more done in 3 to 5 days than you have in 3 to 5 months. Some students 3 to 5 years. It's that powerful. We go through and really take a deep dive on making sure you have everything up and running. So I want you to hear from the people that have gone through this, all right? This is very, very powerful. These are people who have gone through this transformation, who have businesses up and running. And so the first person I want to bring on, you probably have seen her many, many places. She is now a rock star. She came to this workshop maybe 6 months ago, maybe. And she's gonna come on. I think she might even have have her little one with her. I saw her holding her. Rosalie, come on board and unmute yourself. Come on, welcome yourself onto the show. What is up?
Hello, hello.
It's good to see you, man. It's beautiful out there.
Oh yes, beautiful. My little ones are just in the park right now.
Okay. All right.
But I can see them from here.
Okay. All right. You might have to turn it around. We're gonna have to watch them right now. So, and you know, what your story overall is just incredible. Number one, and just to kind of preface it, so that people have an understanding of where you really came from. I mean, oh my goodness, 6 months ago?
Yes.
It's pretty amazing. So for all of you watching, Rosalie was born and raised in the Philippines. She came over to North America here as a nurse. She's been the nurse for what, 8 years or before this? 8 years?
Yeah,
8 years as a nurse, working crazy hours, 12, 15 hours a day. If you're in nursing or if you know nurses, they do some incredible work, but they work long, long hours. Well, she recently, beautiful, beautiful kids. They're now playing in the park right now. Amazing kids. And she simply wanted to create more freedom for her family. And I'm going to let her take it from here. Share with the world here what your transformation was and what it looked like and the power of being a part of a deeper level mentorship with masters.
Okay, sure. It's amazing. It's life transformational. So it all started when I had my first baby. So I was just like, working with as a nurse, and then had my first baby. So had a maternity leave, and then the time comes that I have to go back to work, and that's the change. The mindset kind of sets in, because I can still remember that moment when I'm my first day going back to work. You know, first time that I will be separated from my baby, and then I was standing by the door, and she's like crying, looking at to me. So that's still, until now, I can see, whenever it's still like so fresh until now. I can still remember that day. It's so painful. It's just like, oh my God, why do I need to leave my baby and then go take care of somebody? So right from there, I told myself, I don't want to do this every day. It was so painful. So I just like, I don't want to trade my time away from my family. So I gotta do something. So that's gonna the start of the start of change in my life, because I told myself I don't want to do this anymore. And I made a commitment, and then so that's how I kind of research online and everything, and I know that a lot of people are earning lots from online. So I kind of thought, why do I learn this stuff? Because, you know, by learning online, have a business online, then you can be anywhere, right? So you can stay at home, stay with your kids, and earning some money. So just like search and everything, and I was following Robert Kiyosaki that time, and then I've been receiving all this email marketing, all this newsletter and stuff. So and he said that Anik Single is the future or the next Robert Kiyosaki. So just like, oh, okay, so let me check him out. And then so yeah, I've been gonna opt into one of the of the free stuff that he's been giving away. And some workshop, and then found out about the inbox blueprint. And I joined it, I think, July. And then I was just like, okay, this is so good. So I learned so much stuff from that. But then I've been following and lots of workshop and everything. But I want to make things like faster. So and then there comes the workshop thing. So they said, okay, here's you have to apply because you first need to qualify and everything. So just like, okay, I need to do this. So I applied, and then after, okay, then and then it says in there, after I filled out the application, it says, okay, wait for our email if you've been picked up and if you qualified after 24 48 hours. So I really watched my email waiting for the confirmation. And then after I received the email, I was so happy. It's like, oh my God. So my prayer has been answered. So it's like, okay, let's schedule the call, and then call with Jeremy. And I can still remember that day. Okay, what time is it? Okay, 5 minutes. I'm gonna receive a call. Okay, nobody. I went to a separate room, and it's like, okay, nobody. I want to speak to this guy. So yeah, I had to talk with Jeremy and talk on everything on the workshop and stuff. So I was so really excited on how things are going, because I know this is gonna be the one that I've been waiting for, that will the answer to all my prayers, where I want to have my own online business and stuff. So and the most special thing is, they said after the 5 days you will have a business, like a solid business that you can run. So it's just like, really? Because when I joined the inbox blueprint, I had to kind of take everything on my own. So it's very hard, especially with a mom and 2 little kids. So I just like, okay, I want something like to guide me right there, like guide me all the way from start to beginning. Because coming from a nurse background with no technical skills online, what do I know, right? So it's just, so I'm just so glad that I joined. So yeah, he said that, okay, let's book you in, come to Washington DC for 5 days. So yeah, I made a decision, because I made a commitment that I'm gonna change my life. So yeah, I said, okay, book me in, and I even brought my whole family, because they're so little. I brought my 2 kids and my husband, and then my mom-in-law. So we all flew in from the West Coast to the East Coast, and had the workshop, and it was so amazing. It's just, it's incredible, because when I started Inbox Blueprint, and with all the forums and stuff, we've got this little forums where you ask their questions and stuff, and then all these coaches answer your question. And then when I entered the room, I was like, oh my God, that's the coach I've been talking to. It's so I was like, oh, starstruck. Oh my God, that's it. So the moment that was Kane, actually, who've been answering all the emails and stuff in the forum. So I went to talk to them. It's so amazing. It's like and so Anik too. I was just like, okay, I'm just watching you on YouTube and on the internet, and now I can see you, hug you, talk to you one-on-one. They even get to you right there, sit beside you, and then do all the things. It's like, yeah, it's life transformation, I would say, and that's it's the best thing I did with my life. And right now, maybe if I didn't do it, I'm gonna be preparing for work and leave and leave and have my baby cry again overnight. So yeah, I'm just so happy.
You are fully retired. How many days of the workshop did you retire from being a nurse?
How many? Sorry, it was cut off.
How many days after the workshop did you retire from being a nurse?
Oh, actually, so hold on a second. So workshop is end of October. We went home. We had a couple days stroll White House and stuff. So back here, November 2nd, had my first sale actually. Well, the first day roaming White House. Yeah, woke up in the morning and had my first sale. Just like jumping. And so November 2nd, and the time I'm supposed to go back to work is November 16th. So 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, no, I'm quitting.
Yeah.
I will take control of my life, and yeah, I made a commitment that I won't be separated from my kids anymore. You know, trade time for money. I can't take it. That, you know, I want to be
Powerful distinction of where you came from. And it started with one decision. That's what's
yes.
like, really, guys, take that in, that it started from one decision. Everything that she mentioned, it brought back to that one point where she said, I don't want to leave my baby anymore, and see her eyes as I walk out the door wondering why I have to leave. That was the decision. That was when it was made. From then on, all the things that unfolded, the opportunities and the things that came to her through her path, all came and stemmed from that one decision. None of that happens without one decision of saying, enough is enough. I'm going to go in a different direction. I get to take ownership over my life, be the leader of my family, and finally create what I want. And so it's that one decision. And then I love that you talk about, you know, you hear about this workshop, you're like, you know, you're a nurse, number one, so you didn't have any technical skills, you didn't have any massive entrepreneurial foundation per se of building a business or anything. 5 days getting this up and running, like I've been trying to do this for a little bit now, and it's almost like you're in that position of, wait a minute, how the heck am I going to get this business going in 5 days? And, but I love that you always, everything that you've committed to ever since you made the decision has always come back to honoring that decision. Not once have you come across the challenge where you've said, I'm going to back down from that and let my circumstances run my decision. To my family, I made a commitment to my future. That's what I'm going to honor. And the challenges, I'm going to face them. I'm going to overcome them. So I love that you've done that. Every step of the way, you've just said, I'm honoring that decision, and I'm going to stick to that. So
yes, absolutely.
Say is maybe one or two words that really describe your experience by being a part of Masters and what it has done for you since then. What's kind of the one or two words that would describe that when you think of it?
Life-changing, I would say. It's totally like 380 degrees. Is that what you call it? And I couldn't be even happier.
You'd be okay. Yeah, 360. 360, you'd be in the same position. So 180.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, life-changing is it. And if this is resonating with any of you in terms of getting the business up and running, that's one thing. Having a transformation that allows you to operate as an entrepreneur where you can get the most out of that business, that's a completely different thing. Again, you're talking to a strong, powerful, courageous woman, but again, she was a nurse for 8 years. She didn't know how to build an entrepreneurial business. And Rosalie, you're doing like what, $40,000, $50,000 a month now? It's like crazy. So, and your goal, I know, is to be a millionaire by the end of the year and really create something meaningful.
Yeah, always setting goal, like higher and higher and higher.
But it's just incredible. Just think, a year ago, you were a nurse working 12 to 15 hours a day, trying to figure this out. And when you finally make that decision. And so if this aligns with you, if this is what you want is a deeper level mentorship, again, we have a lot of ways to serve all of you in Lurn Nation. If you're looking for a deeper level mentorship, if you're looking to have a breakthrough that will be absolutely life-changing for you, and then, by the way, have a business built in 5 days so you can actually create something and grow something, then be a part of the Lurn Masters Workshop. That is where you're going to have that transformation. Go to lurn.com/apply. And you can go ahead and put an application in. Rosalie mentioned it. It is qualification only because we want you to know that you're in the right position to get the most out of this. This will be transformational for you. We want to know that you're the right person, the right character, the right level of person we like to bring into this workshop, this community, because we have people like this. I mean, seriously, talk about passion, purpose, drive, commitment. That is what it takes. If you can show up all in, you're going to get, this will be life-changing for you. Rosalie, thank you so much for sharing your gift and for coming in. And,
it's my pleasure, Jeremy.
And sharing some sunshine too. It's beautiful out there.
I know. After this, I'm gonna run and join my babies.
Oh man, that's rough. That's really rough. Good thing you don't have to go to work tonight.
everyday swing with ice cream with babies, you know, it's fun.
Oh man, that's horrible. All right.
Look at
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Rosalie. We love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. Bye. So, seriously, this is what this is about. This is what the transformation looks like in real life, in real person, in real living color. This is what it looks like. A nurse going from 12 to 15 hours a day with a passion and a purpose to spend more time with her family. And she made a decision to do it. That's it. The decision unfolded a number of events that opened up opportunities for her to end up creating freedom in her life. And that's what you have within Lurn. You now have a mechanism, a catapult, a platform for you to start making those opportunities unfold. So if that's something that aligns with you, lurn.com/apply, you can put in an application, be fully transparent with where you're at, be fully transparent with what's happening for you so we can identify really what's going to be the best fit, and we can make sure we're getting you the most out of this process. So I would love to go ahead and let's bring on Rosalie. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeremy. I'm just waving to them.
So let's bring on Kathy. Kathy, if you can hear us and join us, come on board. Go ahead and let's see, unmute yourself there. Video, we'll have you come on. So guys, again, if this resonates with you, if you're looking for a deeper level mentorship, go to lurn.com/apply and be a part of something that will change your life. Be a part of a community, a family, a mentorship that will absolutely help you break through and becoming an entrepreneur at a level that you know is inside of you. If you're here right now, then you absolutely have a passion for being an entrepreneur. What this is about is creating a transformation so you can actually start fulfilling the real potential you have as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as someone that can start creating something meaningful with an online business. And so that's what this is about. And so again, sharing these stories hopefully opens and inspires you, knowing that you can do it. These are real people. These are real people that have gone through this and that have created in their life. So Kathy, can you hear us? I cannot hear you. Can you?
Can you hear
there we go.
Can you hear me now?
There we are, yes. What is up?
Oh, same old, I guess.
Yeah? It's so funny, like I always feel like you're hanging out in your basement, like on your, with
I
the
know,
balcony.
behind me. Can you see behind me? That's all my stock and stuff. I know, I'm in the
Yes,
basement.
that is a lot of what her business is selling product and everything, and what you do is incredible. And you know, what you experienced here at Masters, this was April, so this was not that long ago, or January.
January.
Yeah, January, that you were here at the workshop. Just explain very briefly, what was the thing that you experienced that was the most impactful for you?
For me, it was definitely probably the whole email marketing and getting over the hump of trying to do emails, which is my biggest, you know, everyone's like just horror show. And the sad thing is that I really am actually a talented writer. I mean, I am, you know, everyone loves my writing. I am a good writer, but just something about getting those emails out and being that email person that, you know, you dread, was tough. And then I think it was the day that Anna kind of gave his spiel on the whole, and more like how to be yourself when you're writing and put your personality into it. And it was like click, 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 click. Everything just kind of went off of my brain. And that night, I think it was the night that I went, I'm like, you know what? I'm just doing it. And I just email and sent it out. And I think it was the next day, it was like $1,200 in sales just from that one email blast. Yeah. So it was kind of like, so it was a big eye opener for me.
Yeah, that's a massive eye opener. So you're talking one email.
Oh yeah, one email.
That just really just hit home for you during this process, at the workshop.
Yep.
And the next morning you're talking $1,200, $1,400 coming in.
Throughout the day. I think I had it, because I think I wrote the email probably at midnight, you know, after we were all done, you know, like maybe drinking. And so And it does help to drink when you're writing emails, I found. So.
You are a writer at heart.
Yeah. So I had it scheduled to start, to go live, I think at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
So all throughout the day, I had to kind of finally mute my phone because I kept getting cha-ching.
Well, I know.
Yeah. And I was like, it was horrible. It was embarrassing. But anyways, yeah, it was all just from that one email. So, kind of big eye opener there. And,
yeah.
and I still slip back into the, I hate to write emails, but just, I was telling someone today on the Learn Master, once again, I think it was Father's Day. Yeah, Sunday. Halfway, I think it was like maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, you know what? Sales have kind of been slouchy in the last few weeks. I'm like, I'm going to write an email. And sure enough, I wrote an email 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon so my sales ended up being, I think, 800 for that day. And then the next day, Monday, just this last Monday, I think my sales topped 1,800.
Wow.
Just on the one email.
Wow.
So I'm like, dumb bunny,
But that's why, and that's a really important point, is it is about consistent repetition of this process, right? And what's powerful about Masters is it jolts it in you. It definitely ingrains it within you of implementing it and seeing that and making it real and making it tangible. You move forward with something that you can consistently grow with, you can consistently actually build upon. And it is that repetition and just consistently doing it. And
it does get easier. Yeah, it gets easier every time. It really does. I mean, and again, the alcohol helps too. But, but,
oh, man. We love you, Kathy. We love you.
I really am only kidding. But no, it does get easier every time you do it. And especially after, that one day of Onyx training on email, it was like, oh my gosh, I just couldn't believe, I don't know. It was just such an eye opener for me. I mean, it was just such a huge, because it's actually been almost a year exactly that I started my e-commerce store. And awesome. I mean, I started mine because I was also a nurse, but I had a horrible accident and shattered my lower leg. So my nursing career was done in a split second. I didn't have any choice.
Yeah.
But I had my custom embroidery shop for a while, and I finally did close that in October. And I just concentrated on my e-commerce. And, I just checked before I came on tonight, and I think I guess probably September when I got everything up and going, is just gone over 270,000.
Wow.
So
wow, that's incredible.
A little more than nursing.
Well, and see, that's what's incredible is like you almost kind of, went into this out of necessity. But here's the thing.
Oh yeah.
Most people would have had that circumstance and crumbled under it, or suffocated under it, or just not have been able to have the fortitude of saying, you know what, I'm going to create something from this. And inevitably, we created. Talk about an opportunity from that circumstance.
You panic because you're used to a certain amount of income, and then literally it's taken away in a split second.
Yeah.
And, I had 3 kids that we were putting through college. So, I mean, that's how my nursing job was, how we were paying for college tuitions. And we had gotten the 2 older ones done, but my third was he was only a junior in Mass. So, I mean, what are you going to do? You can't say, sorry, child, I mean, so that was my incentive was to, I'm like, I just can't, we just needed, I needed to, and in my custom embroidery shop is kind of more like a hobby, I think, at this point. But no, everything has changed. I mean, it's just crazy. It's, I work in my basement. Yay.
Well, what would you say, I mean, really, what would you say for you is the, 1 or 2 words that just describe your experience that you had with Masters, with this process, and with this mentorship?
Just probably confirmation that I could really do it, and because I had been dabbling, in e-commerce, I think for probably 3 years, if I really, want to be honest with myself, and I had really no idea what I was doing. I thought I knew what I was doing. I'd taken so many classes and blah, 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 and it just kind of pulled everything together. It just, bing, 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 bing. So yeah.
So really solidifying you as
oh, absolutely. It just kind of brought everything together. I mean, things that I had been doing, just everything just kind of fell into place, you know.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah. I don't want to use the word life changing again because Rosalie beat me to that, but brat. But yeah, no, it really kind of got everything just the nice little neat package, and the rest is history. Yeah, it's, you know, I miss it.
And that's the thing. It is about having that solid foundation for being able to really create something that actually is consistent, actually is tangible, actually is real.
Yeah.
And a lot of people watching this are probably in a position where maybe they have a little bit of momentum, but they still haven't validated, they still haven't confirmed this is something that they can grow with, this is something they can put their heart and soul into and really just be able to, you know, to go with.
Yeah.
You know, and again, circumstances come up, things, you know, life happens.
Yeah,
and that
it does. You don't plan on it. You know, you certainly didn't. I didn't certainly, you know, I went actually back to the ER yesterday since the first time since my accident a year ago March, and saw everyone, all my old, you know, co-workers, and it was just like, what the hell have you been doing? I'm like, oh, well, let me tell you what I've been doing. You know, you know, it's been awesome. And I, you know, they're like, oh, you're coming back? You're coming back? You know, because now I can walk. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not coming back. I'm having 10 days, and I'm no, you guys, you know, I can make my own time now. I can make my own hours. I'm not guilty. I can, you know, do everything mobile. Yeah. You know, and I've just been given all the tools, really. You know,
yeah.
So much.
Yeah, no, and that's
it's always there too. You know, I can't tell you how many times I go back to, like, my book, my Bible, and you know, you go back, and it's just like, oh yeah, yeah, because it is a lot of information, but it's good to go back and you know.
No, I love that. Well, and how many people, how many of you watching right now would love to be able to go to your job and say, I'm not coming back?
Oh, yeah, no, it was awesome. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, it was awesome. Yeah. They just couldn't believe it. They're like, well, but we need you. I'm like, yeah, well, I don't need you. So, no, it was probably the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
So,
well,
yeah, I highly recommend it for anyone. Free up your life and, you know, lowers your blood pressure. You know?
Well, thank you, Kathy, for sharing and for coming on, and again for being a light for a lot of people that, again, are probably in a position right now where they want to get out of a job, or they want to get out of a situation or circumstance where they're looking to create the freedom, they're looking to create the time. And some people, they feel like they don't have a way to do that, when really you have so many ways to do that, so many opportunities.
And you know, and you can do things differently than, I mean, I've kind of taken a different path with what I'm doing, because I already had kind of, you know, a business, and so I'm kind of doing, but you know, you don't have to come up with you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Do something that you're already passionate about, and you know, necessarily you're good at, and I tell you, it's
no, absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing. Thanks for coming in.
Welcome.
No, we love you, Kathy. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the evening, and hopefully we will definitely be seeing you soon, I know. So, yeah, guys, again, yes, we will be ready. We will be ready for you. So, guys, again, if you are looking to walk into your job and say, I'm not coming back, or you're looking to create more freedom in your life, this is really a path that can allow you to do that. Creating an online business is a great way as an entrepreneur to finally take ownership over your time and over your life and over your future. And honestly, it allows you to create opportunities like this where you can hang around and be around good mentors, be around the right people, and do what you want, right? And that's really what freedom is about. That's really what creating this business is about, is giving you a lifestyle, an opportunity to have choices. So again, if this aligns with you, that's what you're looking for, go to lurn.com/apply. Let's see exactly where you're at and see how we might be able to serve you with this. So again, Kathy, thank you so much. Let's go ahead and bring on Rodney. Rodney, you there, my friend? come on board, man. So we're gonna bring on Rodney. Rodney's a special case because Rodney is just an incredible guy. You're gonna see when he comes on, just incredible energy, an amazing guy. He was at our most recent Masters workshop. Go ahead and unmute yourself there, Rodney, and say hi to Lurn Nation, man. Let me see. Go ahead and unmute yourself there. I got you on camera, it looks like. Go ahead and click the unmute button and you should be good. So guys, as I said, Rodney was in the last workshop, the most recent one, which was in April. The next one coming up is July 19th through the 23rd, okay? So it's a 5-day process. We go through, we build out your entire business, we get everything up and running, and we get you operating at a level as an entrepreneur where you can get the most out of this business. And quite honestly, if all you got out of this process was the transformation that happens in those 5 days, this would be worth 10 times the investment to be here. And again, it is a very powerful process. So Rodney, just unmute yourself there, man. I can't, I can see you, I can't hear you. But yeah, if this aligns with you, put an application in. Again, we have a lot of ways to serve you here within Lurn Nation. These are some incredible stories. I hope you're taking away what the real powerful message is here. Again, with Rosalie, it was committing, making a decision. That's what's going to open up opportunities for you. Even if you took that and ran with it, you're going to see change. You're going to see impact. All right? So take what these people are saying, take what these real students are saying and sharing with you and run with it. Right? Even if you're never a part of Masters, that's fine. Run with this. Okay? This is for you. This is, you know, we wanted to bring the students on to share with you some really powerful stuff, this transformation that happens if you apply what they're sharing. And right now, to say enough is enough, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, I'm going to create success in my life, I'm going to take ownership over my future. You make that decision right now, I'm telling you, you're going to see opportunities start opening up for you that align with that decision, that are in harmony with that decision. So take what these guys are sharing with you and run with it. And if you're looking for a deeper level mentorship, if that's where you're at. You know, it does take an investment to get here. You're going to be here for 5 days with Anik in person. All right, we bring our entire team here. We fly our entire team down. And so we're gonna build a business. So it does take an investment to be here. It's a deeper level mentorship to help you within Lurn Nation. We have many ways to help you on any level. So if you're looking for something powerful like this, the Masters Workshop is where it's at. So Rodney, I don't know what's happening there with the yeah, I got you on. I can't unmute you for some reason. I'm not sure why. Try figuring that out. Maybe sign in, sign back, sign out, sign back in. We'll go ahead and pull up Jane. Come on, Jane, come on board. I hope your audio ended up getting fixed here. You should be good. Can you go ahead and unmute yourself? No, it's not coming on. That's all right. Oh man, I can't hear you either. Hopefully everybody can see you and you can wave and say hi. That's all right. We'll bring on Jim. I know Jim's audio is working. Jim, come on board, my friend. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
There we go.
Hey.
What up, man?
What's up, Lurn Nation?
Yes. Come on board, man. So Jim was in our January workshop as well. So he was one of our more recent students here as well. And Jim, why don't you go ahead and just share briefly what your experience, what was the defining breakthrough for you, man? I know you had a lot of them.
I think it was probably day 3 or day 4 when I finally, like, I think it was Kane was up there, and all of a sudden the picture just came crystal clear about what this is about and how to do it and where I'm going with my life. And it was like, oh, bing, you know, it was a giant light bulb, you know, like a sodium vapor light bulb. Just wow.
When you start seeing what's possible, you start seeing that it's real, number one, right? Yeah. It's like you start seeing, oh my God, this is tangible. Everything I've been thinking about, everything I've been wanting to create, it's happening and it's real and I'm living it. You know? And so now it's like, what, you're how many weeks away, months away right now from retirement?
June 30th was the original date. It may still come. I may just walk in there and walk back out.
That's awesome, man. That's incredible.
You know, that date has been, we set that date when I first talked to you in December, and, you know, and it's like coming closer, and it's like, wow, you know, I'm just doing some hard thinking this month about trading my time for dollars and working for someone else's dream. And it's just like, well, this isn't working for me. And I've just been reading, and I was actually reading President Trump's book that he wrote with Robert Kiyosaki, Why We Want You to Be Rich.
Yeah.
And they both talk about, you know, we're all coming from a place of scarcity in our jobs. That's why we have jobs. And, you know, we're coming from, you know, and Ty Lopez talks about that too, about coming from a place of scarcity. And that's what keeps us locked into these losing situations.
Yeah.
So it was, you know, I've been trying to get out of that and control my life for a long time. Yeah. And, you know, this is a big year. What's that?
You've been in a job for how many decades, or how many years?
Well, this is, let's see. I've been in this career for 29 years.
Wow.
And
I mean,
I worked 10 years before that. So I've been working for 40 years.
Wow. Wow. So just think of that. I mean, think of, you know, you're talking about 4 decades of conditioning to have a job, to go to a job, to really go that path. And, you know, I'm somebody who most of my life, I grew up with that traditional go to school, get a job, and I didn't have an entrepreneurial environment to open me to new opportunities, open me to the fact that there's something else out there that you can go do something. It is difficult when you have that deeper level of conditioning of, you have to go down this path to be successful. You have to go get a job, hope for the best, cross your fingers for 40 years, and just hope for a great retirement. And when you're conditioned to think like that, and your habits are underlying that, it's difficult to break that. It's difficult to shift that.
Right.
It really does take a deeper transformation. For me, you know, I didn't have 40 years. I only had, you know, maybe a decade or two of traditional schooling and all of that. And it was still very, very difficult. I had to go through a lot of massive transformation to finally understand there's a whole nother world out here. And I can actually be a part of it, and I can actually add value to it, and I can actually succeed in it. That's the key. A lot of people know that world is out there, right? Like, you know that internet business exists, but you look at it and you're like, oh, it's either something you can't do, or it's a scam, or you push it to the side, or it's something you push off for a little bit, you know?
Or try and start, and, you know, you get shiny objects, you're buying every program under the sun, you know, and it's like, you know, and you still don't have a clue what the big picture looks like. I mean, it's so, I think that's what blew my mind was the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, really? That's all there is? I mean, it's like, you know, those 5 steps and everything, you know, there's a little bit of tweaking on the 5 steps, but basically that's 5-step process that's all there is. I mean, and, you know, I've looked at other businesses recently and just doing a lot of my reading, and I'm going, wow, everybody's doing the same thing in business. You know, you're getting your customers in, you're trying to sell more to your customers, and you're trying to increase the sale to each customer. There's only 3 ways to make money in this world. So, you know, but I think for me, it's, you know, this is a big year. I turn 59 in August, so I start my 60th rotation around the sun, starting August 2nd. And I keep on my wall a saying by J. Paul Getty. He says, the ages from 60 to 90 should be your golden age. They should be the most productive, most amazing times in our lives. And so that's what I'm going for now is, you know, it's just you know, it's I love to play. You know, I love that. I'm a pretty fun guy, sort of, sometimes.
Sort of. you're a rock star, man. I mean, that's the thing. You get to do that. And what you have created is you've created now a world where you are making that decision. It's not somebody else who's employing you saying, here's what you get to do from 60 to 90. It is you saying, I'm creating this. I don't care what it takes. I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to create this in my life.
Right.
That's the powerful thing about it.
Yeah,
And I love that you mentioned the simplicity as well, because that's essential. Success, if you really think about it, and a lot of people are probably looking at this like, oh, how am I going to be successful? I got to go through all these different things. I got to do all these, all these complicated things. Success is innately simple. I want you to understand this. I want everybody watching to understand this. Success is innately simple. It has to be. If you overcomplicate it, you will never be successful. You will be going through all these ups and downs. Like Jim says, you'll be diverted into all these different directions, different courses, the next shiny object, and you're just going to be spinning wheels. And you're going to get it farther and farther away from the real success and fulfillment you're looking for. So I love that you mentioned the simplicity and really simply saying, this is the path, take that every single day. And it's simple.
Yeah.
But it's not easy, right? You have to still do it every day. You have to wake up every day and do it.
Yeah, think about, and I mean, I'm in the middle of redoing some things, but I'm still in the process. I'm still doing the same process, still writing emails, and I'm changing over my niche to it's not a complete change, but I'm shifting, and it's, that was the other thing I took away from Masters was, just go do it. Just, the marketplace will tell you whether you're right or wrong. The marketplace has all of the answers. And so, I think I told Jane, I said, just put your book out there. The marketplace will tell you whether it's good or not. It's like, just the marketplace knows. The marketplace is all knowing, all powerful. And so you just put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. And just go do it. And it's like, it'll be so much more, it's so rewarding to just like, okay, I'm just putting myself out there, click and send, and let's see what happens. And I'll make adjustments along the way, so. Guys,
if you can take that one piece of advice, apply it in your life on a daily basis, things will change. Bottom line, put yourself out there. Allow yourself to get out of your own way. Just stop self-sabotaging your success and just put yourself out there. Like, seriously, if each and every single one of you watching this can take that one piece of advice that Jim just shared, you will start seeing changes on a scale you can't imagine. Put yourself out there. You have a world of opportunity. We live in the best time in human history to put yourself out there and make something happen and create something really meaningful in your life, in a business, whatever it is. And
cool. I can do it right through here.
And one part there, Jim, that you mentioned, when it comes to putting yourself out there, is too many business owners are making decisions based off of hypothetical, like, illusions around what the marketplace might say, or what they might do, or what they might actually, their reaction might be or not. And so that is really the key, to make choices and decisions and adapt based on real-time feedback, actual market feedback.
Yeah.
Like, why would you make decisions off of anything else? Off of this hypothetical thought you have in your mind about what might happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Our minds are pretty tricky. They can take us to places, to unimaginable places. But they'll keep us from doing the real work that needs to be done, because they'll be like, oh, but what if I, maybe, I don't know, kind of, sort of, what if I go this and do that? I should do, kind of, should have, would have. And it's just like, no, just go do. Just go be do. That's what I say to my son. I say, go be do.
Oh, hey. So I got you on mute there. So go be you is absolutely key. And what you just mentioned, it's so funny because people are getting into business online and they're like, oh, I don't know how to sell. I don't know how to do marketing. Quite honestly, you're the best salesperson because more than likely you've been talking yourself out of your dream for quite some time.
Yeah.
You can sell yourself out of your dream. You're the best salesperson I mean,
right.
So many people, they get too distracted by, again, these conversations, and the worst conversations we can have are alone with ourselves, right? We can talk ourselves out of anything. And so get around the right people, get around the right mentors, get around the right community, get around people that actually serve your vision, that are here to support you, and that are simply saying, follow this path. You know what the path to success looks like, and you know what you don't want in your life. You know what is not going to be fulfilling for you. So very simple, make an educated decision on finally making that change to what you do want.
Right.
And Jim, I mean, that's just perfect advice. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing. And
Thank you. Yeah.
And I was thinking you'd have the hair on, man. They don't know about that. Awesome having you on, Jim. We love you, man. Thank you so much for having it, coming on and sharing your gift and sharing your advice. Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Love you, man.
Yeah, no, man. Talk to you soon. Thanks, Jim.
All right.
Guys, you have 40 plus years of experience of going through the ups and downs of making something happen in his life. Jim is an absolutely incredible, amazing leader within this Masters family. And it's because he gets it. He gets it. He gets what it takes to really take action in your life on a consistent daily basis, and to enjoy it as well, to have fun with it, to make it something that is joyful, that is, fuels your passion and your purpose. That's what this should be. That's what this business should be. So again, if that aligns with you, you can go to lurn.com/apply. Look to be a part of something deeper with this Masters community, this Masters mentorship. All right. So Rodney, are you able to be on? You good? You good to go? Go ahead and unmute yourself, man. I think we can hear you now.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, man? One thing I can tell you I learned from getting onto this online business is there are sometimes technical difficulties.
Exactly. I think we actually experienced some tonight. I think our Facebook live feed actually cut out or whatever. So it happens. And that's exactly what Jim was mentioning, right? It's like too many people don't get started because they fear that. Right?
It's true.
They can't even fathom getting on a webinar with hundreds of thousands and thousands of people and being like, oh my gosh, technicalities or anything. It's like, oh my.
And it happens to everybody. It's happened to Anik. He's like, all right, hold on, guys, something's going on. So it's true. We get, I think, a little fearful. Even with your emails, you're like afraid to send that first email because it's going to reach people, and you're like, okay, what if I mess up, misspell something? But it happens, and then you learn. Like you guys said, it's okay. You're going to get better, and those mistakes just show you're human, and actually your list respects that, I think, so.
And that's the key, too, is they respect it. They see you as a human being. They see you as authentic, and you can actually build on that. It's like, for example, you go on that first date, right, and you're trying to be perfect. You're trying to be perfect, but once you break the ice and be yourself, oh, my God, it just flows. You have a connection, and everything is great. It's the same thing with this business. You're building relationships. That's what this business is. Right,
100%.
And driving opportunities to serve and support people. So, what would you say, Rodney? I mean, I know that you had a powerful experience here with Masters. What would you say is really the defining, breakthrough that you had that really just shapes what you experienced here at Masters?
I would 100% say the support, man. The support is just so damn amazing. I've done other courses, done other things, read books, Robert Kiyosaki, invested in some real estate, tried all these little things. But I'm telling you right now, there is no program that has matched the support and like the getting it done. That is like my thing, man. We were there and you just get it done. There's like no man left behind. It's like, wait a minute, no, you have to finish this today. And I love that. So for people who need that hand holding, that little push, that's what you guys do, man. You're there, and it's one, showing the dream, and then it's like, no, wait a minute, we're not gonna just like show it to you. We're gonna make sure you get it done, and that's important. Some people really need that. We could sit there, have a program in your hand, or have the greatest book in your hand, but if you don't take action and you don't act on it, then it does nothing for you. Yeah. So that's key, and I think that was one of the best things. I thought it was the best course that I've ever taken that really helped me move forward. So,
and that means a lot, certainly to me, because when Anik and I designed Masters, it really was an answer to a lot of students in Lurn Nation. They really wanted a deeper level mentorship, but we wanted to give something that was not just simply, here's a business, like here, let's come for 5 days, we build a business and that's it. Yeah. We wanted something deeper so that we could set you up to win long term, so that you could be a different entrepreneur, you could be a different person leaving this, and the transformation that happens. And when we talk about Lurn being a transformational home for entrepreneurs, it does go more than getting the business going, right? It's more than just having a funnel up and running. A lot of people have funnels up and running, but they don't have a business. And they certainly aren't operating as an entrepreneur at a level where they can start seeing the growth and the progress long term. And so that means a lot, because, it's getting the business going, but really it is this transformation that happens. And if you can maybe share what you experienced in relation to that and how that's helped you progress moving forward from those 5 days.
You know what? I guess the community of everybody else that is trying to do what you're trying to do. So one, it was the support of actually Lurn Nation, but then it's also like all the students themselves, right? Everybody's coming in here and doing what we're all trying to do something. Some of us are in personal development, some of us are in internet marketing, some are in like a beauty niche. But the key was like hearing everybody's stories and realizing that everybody struggles, right? Everybody has these issues. And it's like, damn, I went there and I was, struggling and just, I've had successes, but I've also had struggles. And then I heard everybody else's struggle and I'm like, man, if they're doing it, I could do it. We could all do it together. And then like everybody back each other up. So besides the great course, the great support, and actually leaving there with starting your business, the community, man, is so huge. And it's true. You need the entrepreneurial mindset as well without just having the business, but then you also got the community backing each other up, people helping each other out. And that is something that makes me keep pushing, right? Because you go home and you could have a bad day, right? There could be a time when you're a little down and you're like, oh, I don't know. And then you got your family, your community of Lurn Nation, Lurn Master students that come together. And it's like, then you're like, all right, no. All right, I got to get out of this funk and we're going back at it again. Keep moving. Yeah. So that's the key, I think, also because it keeps helping you push forward and push through. Like even tonight, everybody was discussing stuff that we've learned, but I love hearing it again. And it kind of refreshes us on how to write our emails and what are you going to do? I mean, who else is doing that, man? Nobody. Lurn Nation is doing it. Nobody else is doing it.
Exactly. It's that repetition, it's that consistent support, it's a consistent accountability. Correct. And you mentioned something really powerful, and I know a lot of people watching have experienced this. Is that moment when that little barrier kicks in, that little challenge kicks in, and you don't have anybody support you. You don't have a community to hold you accountable. You don't have anybody, and you're building this business alone. That barrier can last for months for people, because it's either going to happen one of two ways. Either it's just going to be so overwhelming that you're like, oh, I need to put this to the side, and all of a sudden a month passes by and you haven't done anything, and now you kind of got to restart that whole process. Or what most people do is they'll spend weeks, months, years, maybe even trying to build this business, coming up against the same challenge, and inevitably you start resenting the one thing that could set you free in your life, which is a real business. It's something where you actually have something to progress with and create freedom in your life. And so that is the key. You just mentioned it, is when that happens, having all of those other pieces come together, the support, the mentorship, the community, to come back and just yank you back into the right mindset, the right focus, and overcoming that challenge. That's awesome.
It's 100% correct, man. And you talk about like Jim was talking about leaving the job, deciding, and it's like you come back, you make a decision, and it's funny. Like for me, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the date, and actually I end up pushing the date up even sooner. You're like, all right, I still had like an extra part-time thing I was doing, and traveling for this place and going to work for this dollar. I'm like, why am I doing all of that, man? So I was like, that was it. It was time to like just put those papers in, and it's like burning all the bridges and then just go forward. You got to do it. Burn the ships, keep going. Yep. And it's important, man. It's definitely life changing. When I hear Rosalie's story, I remember hearing her story before even going, and that is just so motivating. So yeah. It's the same feeling for me. I wanted more time with my family. I wanted to be able to do it when and where, and Lurn Nation enables that, and what you guys teach enables that. And then everybody grows in different directions, different ways, but it's that foundation that like lays it down for everything to happen. Yeah. Like you're talking about, she had an e-commerce store, and then now look how writing the emails and everything else helped her business grow. I mean, without it, it's like, like you said, you could be stuck for a long time, and then you might just give up, and then you go back to the same old thing, and it's not what we want.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, we trade our life for what we do. You know, it's like you just have to make that decision to finally just say enough is enough. And you guys listening have now heard it, basically from every single one of these guys. They finally just said enough is enough. They made a decision. Everything else that happened after that, everything, the opportunities, the mentorship, the community, what they've experienced here with Lurn, the transformation. All of that stemmed, each and every single one of them, they've spoken to it. It stemmed from one decision, and one decision that said enough is enough. And that decision was something they honored the whole way through. It wasn't a decision where you say, I'll get out of bed today and feel good, and then 90 days later you feel horrible. It's like every day you make a decision, and every day a challenge comes up, you're going back to that decision. I get to honor that. I get to honor that because that was a decision I made to make the rest of my life the best of my life. And you know, that's such a key thing. Again, if any of you, if you watching can pick simply that up from this, you'll start seeing change. And it's a powerful thing. And Rodney, when it comes to what you have experienced in those 5 days, what would you say? What's maybe, you know, 1 or 2 words that just define your master's experience?
Definitely transformational. Definitely something like I was trained as a physical therapist. I'm in the medical field as well, you know, and I do have a small practice with a partner, so I'm there part-time. But like I was doing all this extra stuff, you know, and when I look at this, it's like, you know, you still want to help people, but there's a way to do it on a massive scale in a different way. And that's what I wanted to achieve. And it's like, for me, this was definitely transformational because it's like, is it possible? Yes, it is. And that's what I needed to see. You know, I'm doing it like one-on-one with people, but why not affect people's lives on a greater scale? So for me, you know, it's not even just the business, it's the freedom. And then yet at the same time, while you create a business and a lifestyle for yourself, you can also still help others. So like, it was just perfect. So I really realized that being there, like the environment and everybody there, that's kind of when it hit me that it's possible, you know? So I think that possibility then forms into that transformation. You're like, okay. And when you go home, you make a decision, that's it. Like, I'm not going back, you know? That's it.
Well, and it just becomes real. I mean, I know that you had some pretty powerful things happen during the workshop, the 5 days, along with the breakthroughs, along with the transformation. I mean, it was like, what, the first couple of days you started getting like 100 subscribers? Or like, what?
Yeah, I got a couple $100s in sales while I was there, which was really cool.
Yeah. I mean,
because that's crazy. That's crazy. I was like, is it going to really work? You're like, oh, and then I didn't see no sales first day, second, then all of a sudden, boom, you know.
Yeah.
About me $300 in sales already, like before, you know, before leaving. I was pretty excited.
Yeah. Powerful. And so again, for you guys watching this, and you're thinking to yourself, man, how am I going to get this business going? How am I going to make the first dollar online? How am I going to break through with this business online? Give us 5 days. Give us 5 days, and you'll not only have a business up and running, you're going to start seeing what's really possible with this. It becomes very real once you start doing the right things and once you start doing what's necessary. And when you have the right mentorship, every single one of these guys have experienced this because they found the right mentorship and they did it. And so if that aligns with you, go to lurn.com/apply and look into being a part of the Masters Workshop. And Rodney, thank you for sharing your gift, man. And again, everybody watching, these guys are leaders of a much deeper family here within Lurn. That's what Masters really is. And you know, they're able now to come back and share and serve and actually share their gift with you. That's why we have them on. It's to give you guys a very clear insight into what it takes to be successful. And if you've been taking notes, if you've been really getting what's coming from this, you start applying it in your life, you will start seeing changes. You start getting a part of deeper level mentorships like this, it will be transformational for you. You know, you just have to open yourself to that. So Rodney, thank you for sharing your gift, man. If there's anything else you want to say, I think you're the last one here before we jump off.
Thank you. And just, I think if anybody's considering it, man, just put that application in, you know, put it out to the universe and let everything else work its way. Yep. That's it.
Yeah, it comes down to that decision. And like you've seen and like everybody else here, you make that decision, that the universe does. It starts opening up doors. It starts opening up opportunities.
Thank you.
So again, yeah, thank you so much for jumping on here, Rodney, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Awesome.
Thanks, Rodney. So
grateful always, you know?
Yeah, there you go, man. Exactly.
It hasn't come off the arm since the class, baby.
There it is, man.
There you go.
Man, Jim's got it. We got it.
Yeah, man.
So, guys, for everybody watching, you know, again, apply this stuff in your life. If it resonates with you, be a part of something like Masters. Be a part of something deeper that allows you to start breaking through. So you're not just thinking about it anymore. It gets to be something you don't just think about. It gets to be something you get to start living, something that ingrained within you and actually start doing it in your life. Because this doesn't get to be a thought, a figment of your imagination. It gets to be a reality in your day, something that allows you to progress. And you start getting around people like this. I mean, you see it. These guys are amazing. They're incredible. And guess what? they were just where you're at right now, not too long ago. You know, these guys were in the workshop within the last 5 to 6 months, not very long ago. So they had a process that they had to go through to be able to really break through with this. You have the same ability to do that. And if you're here in Lurn Nation, you have a lot of ways to create something special with a business. We have a lot of ways to serve you, whether it's getting your hands on the digital boot camp, absolutely free to do that. Go be amazingly successful with it. But if you're looking to take a deeper level transformation in your entrepreneurial journey, Masters is where it's at. Masters will help you break through with that. Masters will get you that life-changing transformation, and you'll have a business on the other end of that. So, Rodney, thanks for joining, man. We got to see, again, I know that the Facebook feed cut out there for a little while before. So if there's still people on the Facebook feed, I want to go ahead and do the giveaway for everybody that has stuck with us, that has stuck it out. Again, if you have been taking notes from what these students have shared with you, let alone what Andrew was able to share with you in terms of the email stuff and the tangible content stuff, if you've been taking notes on this, something I know has broken through for you. Something I know has been a light bulb that has opened up for you, and hopefully, again, inspires you to make a decision right now. Get to create something meaningful with your business. You get to do what you say you want and what you've been thinking about and why you're here. Something gets to break through for you. So if you're looking to be a part of something on a deeper scale, on a deeper level mentorship, you want to spend 5 days here in person, you fly into Washington, D.C. area at Lurn headquarters here, then put an application in, and hopefully we'll be able to welcome you to that process. So lurn.com/apply, and hopefully we'll be talking to you soon. In the next 24, 48 hours, we would be reaching out to you and making sure that you have a clear path and know how, really, we want to know how we can best serve you. So if you're still on Facebook, I want to make sure if you guys are on, go ahead and comment below, and I'm going to select a winner for the giveaway. So it's a $500 giveaway, all right? $500 giveaway. Go ahead and put in the comments below, and I'm going to go ahead and select somebody. We got a few people on. We got a couple people on that are just loving it. It's awesome. Good to have you guys on again. Welcome to Lurn Nation. If you're brand new, this is what we do. This is what we do. We make sure we're going to throw a lot of value your way. We're going to throw a lot of life-changing stuff your way. Any way that you are looking to be served, we're here to support you and serve you in your entrepreneurial journey. We got a lot of ways to do that. You got Success Weekly every week, every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Be here, all right? And you got the digital boot camp. You got things like Masters. You got Copywriting Academy. There's a lot of ways we can serve and support you. So go ahead and type in #LurnNation into the comments. If you are still on, go ahead and type in #LurnNation and do that right now. And I'm going to look here and make sure that we got everything going. Nation into the comments below, and I'm going to go ahead and select a winner for the giveaway. All right? So Lurn Nation, I'm going to see the first one I find. Oh, here we go. Leanne Weilet. Congratulations, Leanne Weilet. If you are still on, it looks like everything is working. So if you can still hear me and see me, congratulations. And you have won the $500 giveaway. So here's what you get to do. Email support@lurn.com that you are today's winner, tonight's winner, and let them know your email, your information, so that we can get the $500 to you. It will be PayPal to you. And again, congratulations, and we are grateful that you're here, grateful that you're part of Lurn Nation. Leanne Weilet, congratulations. And remember, be here on Success Weekly every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. You're going to get amazing training. You're going to get breakthrough opportunities to be able to be a part of amazing things within Lurn Nation here. More importantly, within Lurn Nation here, that's going to serve and support this vision of being an entrepreneur and breaking through in an online business. And we're going to be able to provide whatever you need to be able to do that. That's what we're here for, all right? So welcome to Lurn Nation. Welcome to being a part of this overall entrepreneurial journey. We're grateful to be a part of it with you. And so remember, always, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, be a part of Success Weekly. Be a part of this deeper transformation within Lurn. Amazing rest of the evening. Have an amazing week. Have a wonderful rest of the evening. We'll talk to you soon. We'll see you hopefully sometime very soon here on Success Weekly. We're back on a regular basis. I think Anik will be back next week, so look out for that. He'll be back on for Success Weekly next week, and we will talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful night. Thanks for joining us.